Hello, hello. Let's see. Hey, everyone. Have you ever had the nagging feeling where you're wondering um, if you're tripping, if something's going right, and you're starting to question your own inner feeling about moving forward with a person? Maybe you just started dating, or you've been dealing with them for a while. If that is true, then listen up because I want to just kind of tag into that because how our intuition feels and what it's telling us and the level of nervousness that you can actually feel can be very similar to when you are healing from your past traumas, all right? Or just like the PTSD from the failed relationship. So I wanted to tag into this because I think this is what holds up a lot of women and keeps them from actually stepping into their true power and allowing them to get uh, over compromise on their boundaries. Because when you start to over compromise on your boundaries, now you have lost ground in this connection. Now this person may start to take you for granted and not truly listen to you, where now you're in a situation where you're not being seen, you're not being heard, you don't feel like you're a priority, and you want to be able to shift that. So the best way to be able to shift that is to start to really tie into your real feelings. So let's dive into the actual feelings that you have, because when your signals are flying off. Like you're starting to feel nervous. You're starting to get anxious about your current connection. A lot of times we will tend to skip over that feeling and try to give the benefit of the doubt. I'm sure we all know the dreaded benefit of the doubt and think, well, maybe he's telling me the truth, or maybe she is saying this. They're actually, being this way, and I was tripping. And then you start to second guess yourself. So you ride it out, and as you ride out this situation, you start to see elements of the same thing that you were like being triggered about, right? So now you're like, wait a minute. Didn't we talk about this before? And then you talk about the same situation again, and then now you may have more emotions involved, more feelings involved, and a few months later, you end up breaking up, ending the whole connection because of the same thing. And you wish you could have saved yourself some time, because had you had just listened to yourself in the beginning, you wouldn't have waited for that same red flag to be flown in your face, every month. So check it. How we feel energetically in the emotion where things are not right is also the same as when you're just scared. Okay. So it comes out as anxiety. You feel the stomach tightness. You may start to sweat. You may start to overthink. And all of those symptoms are things that are showing you that this connection is either not good or you're about to embrace something new. But and this newness can be the fear. Just like if you're doing anything new, you're not really sure what the outcome's going to be. So because you're unsure of this potential outcome, you're a little scared. Now, to really tune in, is this your intuition? You got to start to feel more into your body. And if you have a lot of trauma, if you have a lot of bad experiences, at first it may feel bad, very uncomfortable. Like, I don't want to be here. I'm about to cry. I'm about to feel all these experiences. And that's not exactly what you want to feel. So when you start to feel into that, that's actually a good place. And breath work is so important here, where you can actually start to breathe in to your body and allow your emotions to go. Now, that fear of like crying or the fear of feeling into these emotions is it's natural at first, because we've been so conditioned. You have to be strong, you have to be positive, you have to have it like all together. And the minute you don't, we start to repress it. So the key is learning to be gentle with yourself and learning it's okay to feel this feeling and know that you're safe, that you're okay. And when you start to allow yourself to accept that, and that you're not being weak, but you're just, acknowledging your feelings, Your body, when it starts to cry, when you start to get angry, when you start to have any of these emotions, it's just a signal that there's something here that's still being carried inside your body somewhere, even maybe in a subconscious thought. And when you allow yourself to just like feel that, you can actually now give yourself grace and know that you're okay. And whatever is going to feel good, right? Whatever is, I'm sorry, whatever is from your intuition, whether it's good news or bad news. Say this dude's cheating and it's like, and you don't want to believe it, you know, and the idea of this person cheating is giving you anxiety, you're sweating, your stomach's hurting, you're feeling dizzy, like you're starting to just like melt down. That's a key for you to like breathe and really to feel into your body if this is a truth or if it's a false, if it's a lie. Okay. So if this is a lie, you will continue to feel all of these feelings. If it's not a lie, then it will set you free. All right. Now that old statement, the truth will set you free, you'll actually start to feel lighter. You'll start to feel um, whole again. And you'll be able to accept that, oh wow, this person's doing this. It's just a matter of time before it physically manifests itself. And you can free yourself from the situation. And if you're wondering how true this is, like think about the times where somebody ghosted you or they broke up or something happened and you just didn't know. Think of the high level of anxiety that you were experiencing during that time, right? So feel into that experience and then think of the other time where you didn't, well, you did know. You knew exactly what happened. You were able to get closure. You were able to get the clarity, how much peace that you felt. You may have been upset that now you're going to miss the person, but you weren't in that full on anxiety, right? So that's how you'll truly know. And it gets easier the more you start to work on and heal yourself and releasing and dealing with the past stuff so that way you're not operating out of that trauma. Now, if you're not doing the work, then what happens is you're continually in this loop. You're continually questioning yourself. The experiences of your past trauma, the past fears will be equally as strong as your intuition, and you'll continually question yourself on what's right because technically it may be the trauma winning. It may be that experience that's actually right, and you still need to heal those things before you can actually manifest the right person that you're looking for. When it's almost impossible to manifest the right type of person that you're looking for when you're holding on to so much baggage. Even if you think that you've worked it out, like if it's somewhere still in your body, you're still getting triggered, you're still having these feelings. Um, these things are still very much alive, very much present in your energetic field. And it's important that you find a way to disconnect that from you so that way you can be operating from a stronger intuitive base. So I just wanted to come on just to give you this information so that way you can be able to understand how to identify when it's your intuition versus when it's your trauma and the type of things that you need to do. Because step one with dealing with this is actually facing it and accepting that you have a trauma and that you want to release it. The longer you ignore it. The more you put this off, the more this trauma sits with you, and the more confusing it will be. It'll keep you from being in your power. It'll keep you from having boundaries in your relationships. It'll keep you in a space where you're continuously just allowing yourself to believe outside of yourself, to trust outside of yourself, and then it'll expand into other areas of your life. All right. So this is Keisha Martin. I hope you found this information helpful, and I will see you in the next video.